Evaluating a trainee's technical skills can easily slip into personal opinion. You might watch someone work and think they did a fine job, but a true competency assessment requires objective, undeniable proof of skill. By the end of this module, you will have a reliable framework to prepare your candidates, gather concrete evidence, judge their performance fairly, and deliver constructive feedback. Before you even observe a candidate, you need 3 prerequisites in hand: the specific unit of competency standard you are testing against, the required observation checklists, and the organization's official reporting form. Gathering these specific tools shifts your role from a passive observer to a compliant evaluator, fully prepared to facilitate a fair test. To begin the evaluation, greet the candidate directly. Establishing rapport and a supportive environment settles their nerves before the pressure of the assessment tasks begins. The candidate must be fully informed of the plan. Detail the exact process, ensuring they freely consent and understand that all results will be kept strictly confidential. This self-assessment instrument verifies the candidate is ready for the formal evaluation. They must check their own readiness and sign off before you proceed. Next, determine if the candidate requires reasonable adjustments. This could mean providing materials with larger fonts, allowing a translator, or shifting the schedule for cultural obligations. There is a hard boundary here. Adjustments must aid the candidate's specific needs, but they can never compromise the integrity of the actual competency standard. Preparing the candidate and adjusting the environment eliminates external variables. From this point forward, their success or failure is based purely on their technical skill. Now we move to the active phase, gathering evidence. This involves observing the candidate perform the task and asking clear questions to test underlying knowledge. During this observation, your own human bias is the biggest threat to gathering valid evidence. Watch out for 4 assessor traps: the halo effect, failing to record critical cues, overlooking cheating, and marking down the middle to dodge definitive choices. Gathering robust evidence requires you to actively fight these internal biases. You must document exactly what happens, not what you feel about the person. With observation over, you entered the decision phase. Compare all your collected notes and physical evidence directly against the unit of competency standards. This rules of evidence checklist is a mandatory filter. Is the evidence valid against standards and sufficient for the task? Is the work authentic and consistent? Finally, is their knowledge current and recent to today's demands? When the evidence passes all of these rules, you are no longer guessing. You are making a legally and ethically sound declaration of competence. You now have a decision. To start the feedback interview, ask the candidate how they felt they performed. Encouraging self-reflection sets a collaborative tone. The feedback sandwich structures your delivery. First, KISS. Highlight a specific positive action. Middle, kick. Clearly address a competency gap and offer constructive steps to improve. Finally, KISS again. Finish with an encouraging statement about their next steps. Structuring the delivery this way prevents the candidate from becoming defensive. It turns a negative outcome into a clear roadmap for future success. The final phase is entirely administrative. You must document the assessment outcome accurately on the organization's official pro forma. Explicitly mark them competent or not yet competent based purely on evidence. For transparency, you must obtain physical signatures from both yourself and the candidate. If the candidate disputes your final decision, you must formally explain their right to an appeals process, ensuring they know how to access it. A correctly filled, signed, and securely filed document serves as the ultimate proof that a standardized, unbiased evaluation took place. The assessment cycle is now complete. The paperwork is finalized, and your candidate has a thorough understanding of their actual performance. By following this rigid framework, you have successfully taken a vulnerable, subjective observation task and turned it into an objective, legally defensible record. Remember your ongoing ethical duty. These documents must remain filed securely to maintain the absolute confidentiality you promised at the start of the day. Confident, objective assessors are the backbone of technical training. When you follow the evidence, you guarantee the quality and safety standards of your entire industry.